What it do, what it do. Welcome to another one over here, Game Shopping TV. Tap in, like, comment, and subscribe, because we chopping this game over here, man. Man, I had to tap into this one. Boy, I tell you, it's crazy out here right about now, man. I don't know how to put it, I guess. You know what I'm trying to say. And what I'm talking about here today is, so so we know that Sauce Walka and his artist Sayso P was in Memphis, for a show and everything like that. And some dudes come up on them, and basically got to shooting. And Sauce Walka caught one in the thigh, I think. And Sayso P got unalived in the situation, man. But and I know over the last few days, the thing is like, who did it? Everybody been trying to figure it out. Of course, with cameras nowadays, that's what the police have now. It's footage, and they were able to see the vehicle. There's, the tapes are out, of the actual shooting, everything. So, and this guy right here is this is a picture that's been going around as the alleged shooting suspect. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly, this is, I guess either one of the main guys or one of the, I think he's one of the guys you could see in the video doing the shooting. One of them. And I'm not sure if he's the one that walked up on, like they said that Sauce Walka got walked up on and the dude then backed off or something like that after he shot him or something. But basically, this has been one of the main pictures that's been floating around that this guy was responsible for, And that's crazy, man. Nowadays, dude, hot dang it. I think, of course, I think they got a photo, name, all that kind of stuff, right? And it's so crazy. Nowadays, dudes doing all this crash out stuff, and then they still be right in the country. It's not like I say, man, when they doing this stuff, what was the real purpose of, getting down on P is what I wonder, But, like I say, these dudes do all this stuff like they really, like they about to, like they on the low, about to go take a jet somewhere out of the country. And even then, you seen those, like Life with Corey and all that, when the 50s was after him, and he jumped the gun and got out of the country then, but eventually came back, and had to face what he had to face. Now, like I say, these cats do it and be right in the same area. It's like, why? People literally just chunking their lives away ASAP. It's like, dang. And then that's the thing about it, just like the shooters would, what do you mean? I could go on and on. Just like the shooters would freaking Get Money Lil Ronnie. They was right with the whole situation. We seen the tape. We seen the getaway car. We seen them shoot. We seen them run. We saw it. It wasn't nothing like on the low. You know what I'm saying? We saw it all. And that's the thing about it. Like I say, with these cameras now, when a person do something, well, heck, they even see the getaway car now. Because there's cameras everywhere now. So it's like, it's not working. It is not working. But I say all that to say this, though. So, this alleged main shooter in the case with Sauce Walka and Sayso P, allegedly, supposedly, and it's being more and more, it's look like confirmed, that this guy right here was shot and killed in Houston. Well, he was found alive, unalived in Houston, I guess, as of today. And that's crazy, man. That's crazy, like ASAP. My thing is, this guy right here, the situation with Sayso P and Sauce out there in Memphis, when, he's one of the main guys they said did the shooting. If it's him not, allegedly, whatever, this person right here on this picture supposedly was found unalived in Houston today. I believe this. No, I got the news today, and that's crazy. If so, it's crazy if so, and I don't know if I want to even say rightfully so, but it's crazy. Because I don't, wish no problems and But dog, if he's one of the ones that did it, then he played the game and he asked for it at this point. And man, my thing is, why in the heck was he in Houston? You know what I'm saying? Why was he in H? That's my thing. Or I mean, what brought him there after this? You know what I'm saying? And of course, now the question is, did that? You know what I'm saying? People, of course, is this a coincidence? Or is this, there's sauce behind this? You know what I'm saying? Respect. I mean, I don't know, but what do you call this? Did somebody, when somebody follow up the case real tight, and then, I guess, I don't know, it was crazy, but how he ended up in H's was, it's now, see, I say this because, you wondered, like, this sauce in this? This got something to do with sauce? Let's talk about that real quick. It's clout-wise, as far as clout-wise, rap career-wise, to say, oh, I'm really like that, wise. Of course, that looks good on the resume, right? As far as being a rapper, to be able to say, yeah, like in all these cases, it's the same thing almost. It's people who have motive to do things to them that are kind of being blamed. Well, of course, that's our first blame because, they have motive, right? And a lot of times, even if these cats didn't do it, they don't necessarily come out and just say, address like, no, I said that would happen. No, I didn't do it. And I wasn't, no. A lot of times, they're just, even if they didn't do it, they'll let you think they did just to have that little clout for a second. Like, yeah, I stood on business, type stuff. But like I said, back to this. So, is that good for Sauce if he did? No. I mean, clout-wise, career-wise, as far as this rap business and all that, yeah, of course, that's good on. Realistically, no, because now questions are going to come now. Well, how did he end up in Houston? Who did this? Why did they do it? Did it have something to do with him being the alleged shooter in Memphis? You know what I'm saying? I mean, that, of course, that's the first thing that people are going to go to. And who do you think that they're going to assume was the mastermind behind it? You see what I'm saying? And it's crazy. And so that's what I'm going back to say is, it's almost like the Yellow Beezy situation. If that's the way it went, these people end up folding and they end up saying, hey, somebody ends up getting caught. Because now, there's probably videotape of him being killed somewhere, and then now it's going to be questions on who did it and why he did it, and if they affiliated with this, and boom. And just like Yella, they went about 5 years, before anything went down. But they ended up, look what's happening now. They own them. The cat's out the bag, like, he is implicated in this thing in that situation, and there's no way out. And that's, so that's what I'm trying. So to say that, I say that to say this. For Sauce, that's, real, no, that's not a good thing if that was the case. Because nice to stand on business like that, right? But it's so crazy when you got a big name, how you can't really do stuff like that, right? If somebody really do something to you, and then you could have pounded them out, beat them up or something like that, but unalive. But then they did some stuff and unalive some people too. But man, it's I guess that's all. It's just. It's the wrong time, and because who they gonna point fingers at unless people just on some crash out stuff, and it's like whatever. I mean, now unless he really didn't have nothing to do with it, and people really just willing to stand on that, and then like if somebody just did that just for the love, of sauce in Sayso P, well then that's another story. And they willing to eat that and say, yeah, that's why I did it, well then that's another story. But if it's any kind of connection to some bread was, being given to somebody, or it could be a whole other situation. Because you know what? For the simple fact of him, being in Houston, he must got some kind of business out there. You know what I'm saying? Other than, unless, hell, I don't believe he was fucking kidnapped and brought out there. You know what I'm saying? So he has some business out there, and it could have been something totally separate that got him taken out. But I don't know. But this is another situation. And it's just like, as we see what's going on now, it's like, did Sauce crash out? And just say, yeah, man, forget this. Yeah, man, forget this, man. Hey, yeah, let it go. And you good money. You good money after the job is done. I mean, wow. So now this is a whole nother can of worms. Is that what they say? Another can of worms has just unopened that quick. Behind that Sayso P situation. Who knows who did what, though, right? More is going to come out. And this is about to get in. This is a little pretty interesting one to me. I ain't going to lie. It is. It just is, Like, the mysteries of this dang on rap world right now. There's just so many Merkins tied, and then even if it ain't tied, it look like it is. But what if he ain't had nothing to do with it? Literally. But we gonna see responses, and we gonna see, more information, as it comes out, Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments about this, though, man. Woo! Another one over here, Game Chopping TV. Tap in, like, comment, and subscribe, because we are chopping this game over here, man.